Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're putting on our detective hats. Think about it. We see literally thousands of images every single day, scrolling, swiping, tapping. But every now and then, boom, a graphic just stops you dead in your tracks. It totally screams for your attention, promising an experience way beyond just a static picture. So today, we're going to deconstruct one of these crazy stimulating graphics. We're going to see exactly how its layers, its text, and its overall vibe are engineered to promise us a visceral, heart-pounding, real video experience just waiting behind that click. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The ultimate driving subject. 2. Anatomy of the drift. 3. The neon city aesthetic. 4. Decoding the marketing hooks. And finally 5. The high-definition promise. All right, think about the modern digital media landscape for a second. It is an absolute battleground for your attention. Actually, research shows creators have roughly 13 milliseconds to convince your brain their content is even worth your time. 13 milliseconds. So how do they do it? They don't just show you a boring preview. They manufacture what we can really only call pure digital adrenaline. They're packing every single available pixel with visual cues to trigger anticipation. The whole goal is to make the static thumbnail feel so incredibly energetic, so impossibly loud, that you can almost hear the engines revving in the real video it represents. And here is the visual hook in all its glory. I mean, just take a second to let this hit you. It is massive, chaotic, but honestly an entirely calculated composition. At first glance, sure, it might just look like a super cool car picture, but it's actually a highly sophisticated visual trap. Literally everything, from the angles to the lighting to those massive, bold fonts overlapping the subject, is totally designed to guarantee a thrilling video experience. It's engineered to yell, whatever you're doing right now, drop it and watch this. So, Section 1, the ultimate driving subject. Now, what's really interesting here is how this graphic feeds highly specific data to car enthusiasts almost instantly. It doesn't just show us a blue car, right? The graphic actively brands the vehicle with this massive, angled typography up top, BMW M3 Competition. And the creators even threw in specific details, like the 2 colors and competition/M tags right below that main headline. Heck, if you look super closely at the car's grille, you'll spot the M Performance badge. These are definitely not just decorative words, they're keywords. They signal to a very specific, passionate audience that the real video they're about to watch isn't some generic clip, it's a deep dive into top-tier, highly engineered automotive performance.
Moving on to Section 2, Anatomy of the Drift.
The entire composition we're looking at revolves entirely around one specific automotive action, and that's the drift. Now, for those of us who might not be huge gearheads, a drift is a driving technique where you intentionally oversteer. This causes a dramatic loss of traction in the rear wheels, but, and here's the catch, the driver expertly maintains control of the car from the entry to the exit of the corner. It's really the ultimate display of man and machine control balancing right on the absolute razor's edge of chaos. In our static graphic, it completely captures the absolute peak of this physics-defying moment.
Just look at how it visualizes that kinetic energy. We've got thick, billowing plumes of white tire smoke just bursting out of the wheel wells and wrapping around the back of the car. But honestly, the most striking detail is right there at the front left tire. We see this intense, scorching burst of blue and orange flames, totally mixed with flying yellow sparks that are practically jumping right off the screen. By freezing this exact explosive fraction of a second, the image is promising us that the real video is going to deliver the roaring sound, the burning smell of rubber, and the relentless speed of this maneuver. It essentially forces our brains to complete the action sequence for ourselves.
All right, Section 3, the neon city aesthetic.
Let's shift focus to the background to see how it builds such a unique sense of place. The creators have masterfully contrasted 2 totally different visual styles here. On one side, we have pristine automotive realism, the BMWs rendered with just photorealistic precision. You can practically see the intricate metallic flakes in that deep blue paint, plus those hyper-realistic reflections on the wet asphalt below. But the background, well, that leans heavily into pure arcade fantasy. We get this hyper-stylized, slightly blurred cityscape glowing with these cyberpunk neon signs in cyan and pink. This contrast is absolutely vital. It tells the viewer that the real video will feature realistic physics and gorgeous vehicle models, but set within a dreamlike, gamified, and highly stylized world. It's really the best of both reality and fantasy.
Next up, Section 4, Decoding the Marketing Hooks.
Tucked right away in the bottom right corner, there's a very deliberate graphic. Housed inside the stark yellow circular stamp is the phrase, Power Extreme Driving. Now, yellow and black are universally recognized warning colors, right?
think caution tape or hazard signs. So by putting this authoritative, aggressive phrase into a warning-style badge, the creator is essentially daring you. It acts almost like a parental advisory sticker, playfully suggesting that the real video content is almost too dangerously exciting for the average viewer.
And this brilliantly illustrates how typography can mimic the chaotic energy of the car itself. Look at the words adrenaline rush. Notice how the text isn't just sitting cleanly there? It's slashed across a frantic, textured red brushstroke that honestly looks like a streak of paint or a fresh skid mark. The text itself is angled, it's italicized, leaning forward to convey all that motion and speed. Literally every single letter is shouting at you, reinforcing the exact emotional state you'll supposedly achieve the second you watch the video.
Finally, Section 5, the high-definition promise. Down in the bottom left corner, there's a stark, completely unmissable number, 4. Paired with a K, we all know this is the modern gold standard of visual fidelity.
That bright yellow 4K Ultra HD badge serves as the ultimate real video guarantee. It is a direct, technical promise being made to you. When you see this badge, combined with the incredibly sharp rendering of the car's grille and those hyper-detailed reflections on the wet street, the creator is making a pact with you. They're basically saying, hey, the real video behind this thumbnail will absolutely not be blurry, and it won't be some low-effort clip. It's going to be an immersive, highest-fidelity experience that will push your screen to its absolute limits. It totally eliminates any hesitation you might have about clicking on low-quality content.
So, looking at the full image again, we can really see it with educated eyes now. We see the M3 competition tags targeting the real enthusiasts. We see the sparks and smoke simulating the physical drift. We see the arcade-style neon world offering an escape, the aggressive typography commanding our attention, and of course, that 4K badge guaranteeing quality. So the crucial point is this. This is not just a picture of a car. No way. It is a masterclass in visual synthesis. All these totally disparate elements, branding, physics, environment, psychology, and technology, are seamlessly layered together to create one single irresistible click.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought. We rely on these visual shortcuts every single time we open an app. So if a single, carefully engineered static frame can actually manufacture a sense of speed, sound, and a literal adrenaline rush before we've even watched a single second of footage, well, how much does graphic design dictate the real video we actually choose to consume? Are we really clicking for the content, or are we simply surrendering to the absolute power of the perfect visual hook? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep your eyes sharp, and I'll catch you next time.